Hey guys, so okay, welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Let's carry on where we left off. We're about to hit the fourth trial for Miu Iruma's death now. I honestly don't have much to go on here, but I suppose I'll disclose everything once we get to court prep. So for now, let's just carry on. I'm not just saving my life. Everyone's life is on the line. If I can't find the truth here, everyone will be sacrificed. And I will never let that happen. I've already suspected that Kokichi's planning to discredit me as a detective, but I don't know. I'm just really nervous about this one, just because there's a lot of pieces on the board, and I don't know how it all fits together. Hey, Shuichi, you're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean...
Didn't I tell you before? Shuichi, don't carry the burden all...
You get it?
And didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
Huh?
Huh? What's your problem?
You really don't get it.
We're all relying on Shuichi to carry our asses through this class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him.
Well, you know.
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Shuichi, you know that?
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm not...
Shut up.
Kokichi, you're annoying. She's got the I'm gonna kill you face.
Please don't.
Whoa, killer girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Well, I don't think Maki is. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick, as Kokichi turned around, dejected. No, I think he's whispering to himself.
Jeez.
Finally, that pest is gone. Thanks, Maki Roll. Just suck it up, Kaito. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
My bad. Sorry. Kaito, I'm okay. I'm just worried the three of these guys, I feel like this might be it. This is where we get separated. But that would mean Kaito is the killer. Is he? No, I don't believe it. Surely not. This just... You know what? I'm turning my brain off. We're just gonna let Danganronpa lead the way.
Well,
I know what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in you.
I see. In that case, I believe in you, and won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
thank you.
Thank you, Kaito. No. I'm nervous one of these people is the killer. Who could it be? Gonta?
Going to do his best.
Gonta not really understand what happened, but Gonta try real hard to be useful this time. Good on you, Gonta.
Hey!
This time will really be the end. If not... And you know what? One of these people could still be a traitor. I can't deal with this. Who could it be? What's going on? We're past halfway.
I believe in you.
I'll believe in you and won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro. Maki, you didn't forget, right? Remember who you are. Make sure you never forget that. This sounds like something you'd tell me just before you get executed, you know? Like Kaede or something. Okay, Maki. See, the thing is, everyone seems to have an alibi. Except for Kokichi, of course. You must have it rough, Shuichi. That obnoxious guy is always bothering you.
Shuichi!
If you ever need my help, call me. I'll shut him up, so he never gets in your way. I'm fine, thank you. Kibo? You certainly wasn't perfect, but that doesn't mean she deserved to be killed. No one deserves what happened to her. Not a single person. I know.
Hey, Shuichi!
We'll be depending on you this time too, Mr. Ultimate Detective. I know. It's up to me, isn't it? Me and my average-ass brain. It's not ultimate. Alright, tough guy. Let us in. For the fourth time. Oh, I just don't want this game to end, you know? I just want to keep playing this forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But it will end eventually. Oh, the water's going through the floor there.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. The 8 of us got into the elevator. I feel like I'm the only one who's not expendable to Kokichi here. You know? The door shut behind us. He has no real friends. Like, he's using Gonta, but he seems obsessed with me. And not just because we were in the love suite together. And like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was trembling. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it, really. The fear of death. We were all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We all felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, not an execution. A test of our will to survive. Okay. What sort of shenanigans are going to appear in this trial? Finally, the elevator stopped, and the doors opened. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling. Gulp.
Welcome!
Go ahead and stand behind any open podium. Any now? At least you're recovered and you're more energetic again. Uh-oh. Was Monotaro beaten up?
Ooh.
Move your asses! You don't want to see what I'll do to you if you keep bother waiting.
Huh?
What? Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
Huh? You not friend anymore? You jerks must feel pretty slick using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him.
Nah.
He just decided on his own that we were friends.
You bastards!
But I won't let you trick Monotaro anymore, because he's already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side, but now he's forgotten that he had forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Oh, well, great. Forgotten squared. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuffing out of him. How confusing. Well, whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as a killer. It's dangerous. I'm gonna lock myself in my room. Maybe even set up a barricade.
Yeah.
That's another death flag.
Anyway,
Let's get it started. The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. We went to our podiums, as always. We knew what we had to do. There was no protest left in us. 8 of us left, soon to be 7 maybe, if Mew didn't commit suicide or this wasn't some tragic accident. It's already the 4th time. The 4th class trial was about to begin. Mew Iruma, the ultimate inventor. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. She helped me and Kaede with those cameras, gave Kibo extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. She actually has. She actually contributed quite a bit. But... and the culprit that killed her is one of us. Someone on the screen, perhaps? I need to discover who that is. If only because there's so much green. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Alright, the students enter a virtual world to try to find the truth of the outside world. But somehow, Mew is killed. This trial blends a virtual world with the real world. Exclamation mark. Anyway, time to set the skills. Be right back. Alright, so all I got was charisma, which I've now set because I tried to get financing, which is actually gonna give me more mono coins after a class trial, but I can't even do it because I'm not a high enough level. So there you go, it actually bit me in the ass that I didn't level up as much. That's fine, I can live without the extra mono coins, and I'll take charisma, which increases the amount of influence recovered by right answers, because we saw how badly I was coping in the previous trial, so hopefully things go a little bit smoother here. Time to review our truth bullets. let's see what we got here. Starting with Monokuma File 4. The victim is the ultimate inventor, Miu Iruma. The victim's body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor of the school. The estimated time of death is 6:30 a.m. No injuries can be found on the victim's body. Miu's corpse. Miu was found grasping her neck with both hands. She died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face. As the first to log out, Kibo was the first to discover Miu's body. She still had her visor on at the time. Now, the fact that she has her hands grasping her neck would indicate that she's suffocated, right? Or maybe she drowned in this case. Maybe she ended up getting drowned in the river because she's an object and she can actually go onto the water. That's my first thought, but then I have to consider how her body got to where it ended up laying to rest at the end of it all, right? Which was by the chapel. Someone moved it there, maybe? I don't know. How is that even possible? But I don't know. I think the hammer... Maybe it's just like the 4th case of Danganronpa 2. The hammer is just there as a decoy. Maybe she was planning to use the hammer. I don't know. Maybe it was an accident. Anyway. Device instructions. For the visors to function, they need to be plugged into this computer with 2 specific cords. The red cord is for consciousness, and the blue cord is for memory. It is unknown what would happen if the cords were plugged into the wrong slots, but there's a chance that some kind of glitch might occur. Small bottle of poison. A bottle of poison from the Ultimate Detective's lab. It was found on Kokichi's seat. The poison is neutralized if it is mixed into anything, but it is still quite dangerous, and even a small amount will kill someone. It causes subconjunctival hemorrhaging, making its victim's eyes completely bloodshot. I'm quite proud that I managed to say that. Events at the chapel. While looking for the secret of the outside world, Miu volunteered to search outside the chapel and split up from Himiko and the others. While Himiko, Maki, and Kibo were searching inside the chapel, they heard a loud sound as though something hit the chapel from the outside. When they went to investigate, they found Miu's avatar on the ground. Himiko and the others ran back to the mansion to log out and check on Miu, but with no bridge, they couldn't cross the river. It was there they met up with Shuichi. Kaito's account. Kaito was the only one logged out from the virtual world. While he was looking for the secret of the outside world on the mansion's rooftop, a ring of light appeared around his feet, and he was suddenly logged out against his will. Not knowing if it was okay to log back in or not, he went back to his room and slept. Killing Game Simulator. The Killing Game Simulator's text file contained the following information. Objects can't break. Avatars cannot be injured. However, the body's 5 senses are connected to the avatar, and any damage an avatar takes is felt by the user's real body. If an avatar takes fatal damage, then the real body will also die from shock. Besides that, the virtual world is the same as the real world, down to the laws of physics. So gravity exists. I'm assuming you can drown if you are in the water. There are no special travel methods such as vehicles or warps, just the ability to phase through an invisible wall, I think. Log in/log out record. With the exception of Miu, who died before she could log out, everyone only logged in and out once each. The timestamps for their logins and logouts are as follows. 11:02, Himiko, Tsurugi, Kaito, Kibo, and Shuichi logged in. 1 minute later, Maki. A minute after that, Kokichi and Gonta, and 2 minutes after that, Miu logged in. She was the last one to go into the program. Maybe she did some last minute changes. Anyway, 5:17 a.m. Kaito logged out. Then 6:55 a.m., which is when the rest of us ended up logging out after we discovered Miu's body. Kibo, Himiko, Maki, Gonta, Tsurugi, Shuichi, and Kokichi all logged out, pretty much in succession. Tsurugi's account. While Tsurugi was searching for the secret of the outside world, in the virtual world's mansion, she saw Miu's avatar through the window. Curious. Loud noise. While Shuichi and Tsurugi were in the mansion's kitchen in the virtual world, they heard a loud sound as though something crashed into something else. Shortly after, while they were both in the entrance hall, they heard Kibo's voice, despite the fact that he should have been past the map loading point. See, that's the only thing I've got that makes me suspect someone, and that's Kibo. I don't know what else I've got, or who else I can suspect. All I've got is Kibo, whose voice was somehow nearby, in the vicinity, when it shouldn't have been, right? Map of the mansion. The first floor of the mansion in the virtual world has a salon, a dining room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. The second floor is only the rooftop. While looking for the secret of the outside world, Kokichi searched the salon. Tsurugi searched the dining room. Kaito searched the rooftop, and Gonta searched the outside of the mansion, while I searched the kitchen. Map of the world. The virtual world is surrounded by walls on all 4 sides, and there is a loading point between the 2 areas of the map in the middle. Dead in the middle, pretty much. The loading point splits the map into two sides, the mansion side and the chapel side. When going through the map loading point, sight and hearing are momentarily cut off. In order to go between the mansion and chapel, it is necessary to go through the map loading point and across the river that runs parallel to it. Toilet paper found on the ground outside the mansion. That's all that says. I don't know what the significance of this is just yet. I'm sure we'll learn about it soon. Signboard used as a bridge. A signboard just long enough to use as a bridge to cross the river. There is only one in the virtual world. Mew threw it into the river, but it was later found stuck on the rocks in the river by the mansion. So that's how I assumed that Mew got to the other side by basically going through the river. Or something of the sort, right? Because the way the river flows, if we go back to the map of the world, the current flows downwards and then to the right. So how did the signboard end up by the rocks? All I can think of is that it travelled past the loading point, went all the way to the end there. I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see it. I don't know why I still do this. It goes off the map and basically warps back to the left there and then gets stuck on the rocks, like a continuous flow. That's what I'm assuming, so maybe that's how Mew got through, because she's an object, right? She can enter the river. So she probably just like dove into the water, flowed over, stopped by the rocks, climbed back up. I think. Anyway, that's my assumption. Mew's avatar found frozen and collapsed in the snow between the chapel and the wall where the virtual world ends. When a user logs out, their avatar disappears, but if the user's real body dies, the avatar stays in the virtual world. Since avatars cannot be injured, it doesn't look any different from when Mew was alive, so we can't tell if she was drowned, if she drowned or she got beaten up by the hammer. Everything in the Killing Game Simulator is assigned one of two categories, human or object. Most avatars are set to human. However, Mew's avatar was the only one that was set to object. Cell phone. Found on the ground by Mew's avatar. Like the phone in the salon, it allows its user to log out by saying their name into it. However, it can also be used to force someone else to log out by saying their name into it. Lattice near the chapel. I googled this. That's what that woman said on YouTube. She said lattice, okay? Found on the ground by Mew's avatar. Was not seen in the chapel before that point. It was in the storage room on the rooftop. I remember that. Hammer, found on the ground by Mew's avatar. Mew claims she had rewritten the virtual world's program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons. Mew and Kokichi's meeting. While everyone was gathered at the chapel, Mew told Kokichi to meet her on the rooftop of the mansion. However, when everyone was deciding how to split up to search for the secret of the outside world, Mew volunteered to search the chapel, to give herself an alibi. I'll explain that in a minute. Kokichi in the salon. Kokichi agreed to meet up with Mew on the rooftop, but because the door to the rooftop was locked, he couldn't. Because of that, he returned to the salon and decided to search there. There are no witnesses who can confirm whether or not Kokichi was actually in the salon. That's a big problem. Wall added by Mew. Coordinates in the virtual world are represented on an X and Y axis. Mew added a wall along the length of the Y axis. The wall had a special setting that allowed non-human objects to pass through it. We don't know where the wall is specifically. Yeah, that's the problem. Setting on Kokichi's avatar. Kokichi's avatar had a special setting. If Mew touched him, he would be unable to move. Avatar error. When everyone logged in for the first time, an avatar user error occurred. That is very interesting. I don't know what that means. Could be anything. It's just a general error. But anyway, what I figure happened is Mew was planning a murder. She was planning to murder Kokichi. She asked to meet him on the rooftop so she could kill him. All she would have to do is touch him, he's immobile, she smacks him with the hammer, and disappears back to the chapel, which gives her an alibi that she couldn't have killed Kokichi because she was on the chapel side and the bridge was gone, right? Looked like the perfect crime. But something went wrong. What? Did Kokichi sort of catch on to her plan that she was going to kill him? If that's what's going on. I think that's what's happened. That she was going to kill him. And he found a way to get her killed, or maybe she just screwed up in her attempt to murder him, just like Sayaka did, all the way back in Trigger Happy Havoc, with the whole 11037 debacle. And this avatar error, what caused it? Is it because someone crisscrossed their wires at the beginning? Maybe that's why Kibo's voice appeared, because, I don't know, consciousness and memory got switched somehow? I don't really know. That's it, I don't have much to go on. Kibo is my main suspect for reasons unknown, because I can hear his voice. That's it. That's all I've got. It could be Kaido. It could be Kokichi. I don't think it's Kokichi. I think that's too easy. But he set everything up to look like Kaito did it. I suppose we'll find out. No more procrastinating. It's time to begin the class trial. Here we go. Yes, get my brain working. Come on, less mistakes this time, please. Please. Exciting though.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation.
I thought you were good again.
Screw it. This is tiresome.
You need more motivation.
Motivation. Hopefully there's no tentacle hands coming out of nowhere.
I do. I really, really do. Now then, let's start this class trial.
He sounds like some sort of retired granddad who's just seen so much shit.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left.
Yeah, you're right about that.
What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
A tie? Oh dear.
Huh? You mean like a tie?
Technically, we didn't select the blackened then, did we? That's a tie. Technically, they would get away with it.
It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Really? We could hedge our bets and just vote 2 people each. I mean, just have people give their vote so everyone lands with 2 votes each. And then we get 4 people.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
Really? Is that like your plan B in case things go catastrophically wrong?
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth.
Unfortunately, he's a very important component of this one.
Got it? We can't die here!
I know, Himiko, don't worry. Wasn't gonna let that happen.
Himiko has become so determined!
She is, and I'm proud of her.
It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
No, she hasn't. She's still unique.
That's none of your business!
Oh gosh.
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify...
Kaito's the culprit!
There we go. Back
What?
it up.
Say that to my face!
Didn't he just do that?
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right?
So Kokichi's gonna try and argue that she was killed in the real world.
You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
I feel like, you know, it would be too obvious. If I was going to log out and commit this murder, I mean, it all points to me. It's a terrible way to murder someone. If you're trying to get away
screw
with
around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
it. I think because of the fact he was logged out, that's what makes him innocent.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know.
I'm fully aware of that, but I'm sure we can work this out.
We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
Yeah, well, she's obviously the first one. The fact that Kaito was the only one logged out is suspicious. But he's not the culprit. He can't be. Time to lie, I guess. Oh boy. Here we go. 6 bullets. It's begun.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
No.
Kaito culprit?
That's gonna be the real
Impossible!
counter, I think.
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The
Yes.
culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
Oh my.
What do you mean, last words?
Himiko, I'm gonna step in here now. I'm the ultimate detective after all. First, we need to decide if Mew was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's where the problem lies. Alright,
Kaito
so what are our
logged
lie
out
bullets?
first, by himself.
Kaito's account. Kaito's the only one logged out from the virtual world. I mean, I could try sit here guessing what the lie bullets will be, but maybe it's just faster to see them, even if it does cost me some health. So let's just do them really quickly.
Mew was still logged in, though.
Kaito's lie. Okay.
That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Small bottle of poison.
Kaito culprit?
Small antidote bottle.
Impossible!
Oh, jeez.
Of
Didn't
course
mean to
it's
shoot that.
impossible,
His
because I
corpse
didn't
probably
do
Mew
it.
alive. Yep.
I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
Killing game simulator.
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on
Hope
me.
restoration
That
simulator.
diversion was part of your
Oh, that's
plan,
awesome.
right, Kaito?
Well,
Hammer?
Kaito, any last words?
Squeaky hammer.
What do you mean, last words?
And this will be Monocup's file number 4. Okay. First, we need to decide if Mew was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's where the problem lies. Okay, so now...
Kaito
we need-
logged out first.
The problem
by
lies
himself.
in which statement do we lie to?
Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
That's the real one, so I don't think we
Kaito
lie on
culprit?
that one.
Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it.
Maybe about how it's on the
We
seat?
found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
Nope. Damn. Because actually, you know what? That was probably a good thing because they would have been like betraying Kaito. Like, yeah, Kaito put it there. The bottle of poison was on Kokichi's chair, yeah? That's a fact. But wasn't that just Kaito's pathetic plan to divert our attention away from him? If I was the culprit, do you honestly think I would make a dumb mistake like that? Do you honestly think Kaito would make a dumb mistake like being the only person to log out and killing someone?
Damn
You know, it's a double-edged sword, your argument there, Kokichi. Made a mistake. I need to think it over again. Okay. Damn.
Kaito logged out first, by
What
himself.
could it be? What could it be? What could it be?
Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right?
Okay, I think we can rule out the hammer. We can rule out the file because it just says Monocup's file, right? Hope Restoration Simulator, we're gonna we'll rule that out because there's no way Shuichi knows what the Hope Restoration Simulator is. Only we do, because we've played Danganronpa 2. So that leaves what? Mew alive. Poison becoming antidote? What else was there?
Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Yeah.
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it.
It's either Kaido's lie,
I mean, we found that bottle
antidote,
of poison
or Mew
on
alive.
Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right,
I just really want to
Kaito?
find this lie.
Well, Kaito, any last words? What do you mean last words?
Okay, let's do 2 more and then we're really cutting it close. Because like last time, I don't want the rest of this trial to go with me having little health.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. Mew was still logged in.
Let's try this. She was still alive. That's why she was logged in? Nope, of course not. Huh? But wasn't Mew still logged in? Is there any evidence that proves Mew logged out? No, she didn't. I made a mistake. I need to think it over again. Okay, one more.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. Mew was still logged in, though.
I'm trying to wrap my head around these backwards.
That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it. I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
So we
The
could
culprit was
say,
trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
what if we say,
Well, Kaito, any last words?
what if we say that
What
it's...
do you mean last
He
words?
didn't poison her, he was trying to save her? Or something? I don't know. Okay, let's just
Kaito
try this one
logged
and
out
then,
first
and then we're
by
gapping it.
himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Oh, nice.
I'll reveal the truth.
Okay. How's this gonna go?
Wait a minute, Kokichi. Mew couldn't have been killed with poison.
Yeah. Kaito saved her life with the antidote. And then she died some way else.
And it's much too early to decide that Kaito is the culprit.
That's definitely true, though.
But why? I think it's already too late.
Shut up, you. Just wait.
You guys are taking so long to realize that people can kill others in a snap.
I realize that, but Kaito is not the murderer here. No, I don't think he is. I think I can safely rule him out. I know Kokichi hasn't forgotten about that. He's just pretending. I don't even know what that is. Alright, Kokichi. I'll play your game. If you're going to lie, I will too. Ooh, it's a lie standoff.
Have you forgotten? The bottle we found at the scene was an antidote, not a poison.
Oh, we're just fully gonna say it was antidote?
It's not like Mew could have been killed by an antidote.
And there was no poison at all? Okay. I see. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if this pays off.
What? Are you serious here? Come on, Shuichi.
I feel like I'm kind of pissing him off with this.
That bottle definitely had poison in it. Didn't we check the label?
You know, I must have misread it. I know that expression. Kokichi is toying with me. Well, this is good. This is like a little bit of field research into the machinations of Kokichi's mind. We can read his face. He knows the flaw in his argument. He's just pretending not to. Ooh.
Is this fun for you? Messing with the trial?
Well, I mean, this is where it gets fun for both me and the culprit.
I don't know if the culprit finds it fun. Maybe Kyo did, but he's an anomaly.
So what's this talk about an antidote? We'll just say you misunderstood the whole thing, Shuichi. We all know you wouldn't lie.
Never, ever.
Of course. I'm sorry. I was just misremembering.
Misremembering. I can't let Kokichi continue this line of questioning. It will implicate Kaito. Why is Kokichi doing this? I have no choice. I have to call him on it.
But Kokichi, you're misremembering as well. You were the one who told us about the warnings on the label.
Yes. The bloodshot eyes.
If you remember what was on that label, you'll see that your argument is flawed.
What warnings? Was there something like that on the label?
Oh, now you're misremembering? Like, you're taking what I just said? Is he still pretending not to know?
So what does that mean?
Sorry, forgot to include you guys in this discussion.
It means that Mew couldn't have been killed with poison. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It was just on his seat, just to screw with us.
What if you're mistaken about the antidote, Shuichi?
Oh dear, they believe me.
Right. Well, for now, forget the antidote.
Yeah, forget I lied. I mean, I didn't lie. What?
Let's focus on exactly what was written on that warning label.
Okay, this must be back on track now, right?
Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging.
Oh man, you said it with such a master class, Shuichi. Damn it, I'm jealous.
In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body.
No red eyes.
That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
No. She was killed by asphyxiation, it looks
Then what
like.
was that poison for?
For you to screw with us.
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
I was gonna say, what if Mew put that bottle there on Kokichi's thing, but then that would mean she would know she's the victim. Mew's real cause of death. The only one I can think of. The hammer. But I don't think it's the hammer, to be honest with you. Hey, that's from the virtual world. Oh, whoopsies. Okay, I should say that her real cause of death was shock, then. You'd probably need a lot of time explaining to Kaito because of his thick-ass skull.
I was wrong!
Everyone's staring at me. I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud. Every damn time. Where would it be? Would it be this?
This is it!
Good. I clicked it by accident before I could read the
Mew's
description.
cause of death was the killing game simulator itself.
Right, of course.
In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock.
Good. So we're not focusing on the hammer just yet.
That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miyu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
Could be anything. Could be she fell from the roof and died. Could be she drowned. Could be she got smacked with that hammer. A lot of things.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Could be hypothermia for all I know because it's so cold in there.
Gonta has question.
Yes, what's up?
Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
It's not in any floor. It's actually in our minds.
If
So-
you don't
sort of.
understand, then don't say anything.
Okay, Maki's just gonna shut him down then.
If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
Oh boy.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Yes. It's okay, Gonta. You sit this one out, okay?
Oh, it seems like Gonta is confused. So why don't we review things a bit?
Oh, you're too nice, Tsumugi. Okay, fine. We'll review it.
So we split into 2 groups to find the secret of the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Tsumugi, Gonta, and
Kaito.
that NPC Kaito.
NPC. Wow.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation?
And that's the thing as well, right? Apparently they were all together. Himiko, Kibo, and Maki were in the chapel searching. Mew ended up dead outside. So then, it couldn't have been any of those 3, right? Unless she was somehow killed before, or they set some sort of booby trap to kill her from a distance. I feel like... Ugh, what the heck?
That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Maybe all 3 of them are innocent, and then I have to turn to the mansion. In which case we've got Kaito, well, who was logged out, so that's not even a problem. We've got Gonta, who was outside. We've got Kokichi, who was in the salon, supposedly. And we got Tsumugi, who... But then she was talking to me right when the sound hit, so I don't think it was her. Maybe. I don't know.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
Okay, take it easy there, you pervert.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Yep, growth spurt. It happened to Hiyoko, it could happen to you.
Let's begin then.
You even share 4 letters of her name. The fatal damage that Mew received in the virtual world. Let's pin that down. Okay, back to normal debating. Whew. What are we gonna do
In
here?
the virtual world, Mew was fatally injured.
Mm-hmm.
So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
Yeah.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
See? There's 2 things. Suffocation or drowning. Her corpse could indicate either or. We have to determine the specific cause of death. If I think about the condition of Mew's body, that should yield a clue.
In the virtual world, Mew was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
If she was contorted, that would
Whatever
indicate she was
did
in the
that to
water, right?
Mew
It's either
was
Maki or
dropped
Tsumugi here.
right next to her avatar.
I'm going to
It has
agree
to
with
be the
Tsumugi.
hammer!
I don't think it's the hammer.
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
I don't think it
Are
was
we
Gonta's
certain that
bare
blunt
hands.
force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
It is.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
An expert opinion.
Could she have drowned?
I think so. No, it's not. Really? It seemed like Mew was suffering as she died, so I thought maybe she drowned. Me too. But now that I think about it, there's really no evidence for it. Oh, great.
In
Fine.
the virtual world,
Mew was fatally injured.
Maki, coming to you.
Whatever did that to Mew?
I know there's no evidence of it, but still. Maybe because her
It has
clothes
to be
weren't
the
wet?
hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that
Blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more.
Oh no, I missed. I missed. Oh no.
It's
Fuck
possible
it.
she was pushed from a great height? Could she have drowned? In the virtual world, Mew was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first. Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer! Or going to beat her with his bare hands. Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
I think strangulation is more likely.
It's because the words are so much more animated. I can't
I
seem to
agree.
aim properly. Got it this time though. Alright. Jeez. This is not a good start.
Mew's
Again.
body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
So she was strangled? With what? There's nothing there. Right? There's just the hammer, a cell phone, a lattice, and her. Kokichi couldn't have done it, because if Kokichi touched her, he would be a mogul.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
I think that's also why I feel really bad about Mew dying. She looks like she suffered a lot.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses.
Yep, she felt everything.
If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Mew was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she suffocated.
Yep.
But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation.
So how the heck did she get strangled?
Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth.
Right, not their neck.
But Mew was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Ooh.
Oh. The Assassin Master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
And you just get really chatty, don't you, you little sniveling bastard, you. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Kokichi. He's really fun.
In that
Maki ain't
case,
happy.
her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
That's true. With your hands.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool.
So they strangled her with the hammer, the handle?
There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Yep, we saw that firsthand previously.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Me either.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Something for a rope. I have an idea of what it might be. Toilet paper? Because it doesn't break. I found it during the investigation. Of course. We even questioned this, like what happens when you use toilet paper. Because it won't break, right? Oh my gosh.
This is it!
Ingenious.
During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
I didn't even consider that. Is this toilet paper? What would toilet paper be doing here? And what's it doing all the way on this side?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
I mean, if you take this out of context, it sounds completely weird.
Gonta, no can ignore that!
Oh dear. Gonta, it happened in the virtual world.
What you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
I'm not goofing off, I promise you. I know it sounds strange, especially because you don't know about the virtual world or the mechanics of it. Okay, let's do this.
There's no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy!
No,
I'll cut through your words!
it's unbreakable. Sorry, Gonta. I knew it was going to be a simple
The toilet
one.
paper wouldn't tear.
A simple rebuttal, because it's Gonta. No offense, Gonta.
Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Breakable?
Yes.
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
I mean, unless he's playing dumb right now, I think I can also rule out Gonta as the culprit here.
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear.
Nope. Which makes it quite strong.
And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but
I wonder if you could use that as sort of like a grappling hook then. You could like throw the roll up onto the roof of the house and then climb it or something.
sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
That's okay. I know you don't understand. It's fine. Just
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
just let me do my thing, okay?
Killed by toilet paper. It was
A fitting end for her.
Chrissy, be careful making me laugh at that. That's terrible to say.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
Well, you were the one analyzing her turds, alright?
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Yeah, how did it get there? You can't just throw it. Not only because it's so far away, but because of the loading screen, right?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
Still. If the culprit meant to get rid of the evidence, they did a poor job of it. I know. Who could have had access to that toilet paper? All of us in the mansion, right? Didn't someone make a comment about the toilet paper not ripping off? I can't remember who it was now. I feel like that's an important clue, but I'm not going to go back and rewatch it. There was a much better place where they could have destroyed it. Why didn't they just chuck it in the river?
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Fake.
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, sorry, that's the weapon that Mew, I think, was intending to use. It was her weapon.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
Yeah, she hid its existence.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Someone planning to kill. Someone else planning to kill. Wait, we already know who brought that hammer. The person who brought the hammer.
That's it!
Mew herself.
Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Mm-hmm.
Remember what she told us?
I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that can be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
Except for one. Deliberately.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
Yes, it wasn't an accident that it was left in the code.
But why she do that?
Mew brought the hammer for sure. But what did she need it for? We need to make that clear. Probably Kokichi's state of his avatar, right?
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer.
Probably the meaning.
What was she planning to do with it?
Kill.
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
No.
Uses for a hammer. Gonta, no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
She's the inventor.
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone and tried to kill them with it.
You idiot, she was the victim!
Does it really matter that she was the victim? Is what the white noise says. What was Mew planning to do with the hammer? That's still unclear. I need to think back to what she was doing. What her plan was.
Let's assume that...
We're agreeing with Kokichi here.
What was she trying to do?
Okay, surely this one is a simple one.
Uses for a hammer.
Surely.
Go to
Please.
Mew's gonna build stuff with hammer. She probably just brought it for self-defense. Or she secretly
Met up with someone.
Gotcha.
I agree.
I agree with you, Kokichi. Well done.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Music just went somber.
With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
What do you think? You know for sure, don't you? You know what she was planning to do with you. Kokichi's already figured it out. She was planning to. Mew asked to meet up with Kokichi so she could use the hammer to kill him.
That's it!
I mean,
She was
didn't
trying
exactly
to
like
kill
him.
Kokichi.
He gave her a lot of grief during the last trial as well.
She was what?
Yes.
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer.
I wonder when you figured it out.
If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Did you figure that out after everything, or did you know her intent, and that's why you didn't meet up with her? Mew's plan, huh? I'm sure if I analyze the clues we found, I can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. Psyche taxi, I should say. Here we go. Alright. Our plan. To kill Kokichi and get away with it. We've pretty much solved that, right? Here we go. Here she is on the billboard. Oh man. Mew. Can't believe it. You did try to kill him. Sorry. To kill... Who tried to kill Kokichi? We already established that, didn't we? But okay, we'll do it again. Oh no, I only collected one that time. Damn it. Alright. Let's keep going. Who tried to kill Kokichi? Alright. At least I'm not as lost as I was in the last Psyche Taxi we did. Where I was trying to figure out how the art room door got locked, right? There we go. Mew. Not Kaito and not Kiba. Though those two don't exactly have a peachy relationship with them either. Alright, leaving Las Vegas. What's next? Actually, you know what? Let's just focus on the driving. Good, 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 good. He must have... I don't know. Where was Mew trying to kill Kokichi? The rooftop. Sorry, just had to break there for a sec. So she was going to plan to meet with him on the rooftop. That's why she had to get rid of Kaito. But why did she specifically name him to go on the roof, I wonder? The afterlife. Okay, she was planning to kill him on the virtual world. She realized the implications of the killing game simulator. Gosh. See, like, now it's harder to feel bad for her because why are we doing Tsubugi's little flirtatious moves on her, onto me, as the billboards? It's harder to feel bad for Mew now because she was trying to kill Kokichi. I mean, it is Kokichi she was trying to kill, you know, not like it was Himiko or anything like that, but still. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. Why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? To make it look like he committed suicide. Is that it? So she got the poison. I thought it was Kokichi trying to set something up. It was misplaced hidden evidence to divert attention. So we'd focus on the murder in the real world rather than the virtual world. Who tried to kill Kokichi? Mew Iruma. Where was Mew trying to kill Kokichi? The virtual world. Why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? To divert attention. It does indeed. Okay. There we go. Starting to get a little bit closer to the truth here.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She was going to set Kaito up for it. That's why she logged him out. Because he had motive. Because he punched him in the face. Huh. Gotcha now.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
That's why she was later to log in than the rest of us. She was 2 minutes later.
What? Mew was the one who put that poison bottle there?
Yes. I was wondering why she took a while.
That ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
Why is that? Because she didn't log out? Okay, debate time. It's probably going to be the log-in, log-out log. There it is. Bullet number 3,
when
please.
When could Mew have put the poison there?
Right at the beginning.
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
No.
And then what? She logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
She didn't even need that phone to log out.
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Mew couldn't have placed the poison.
Then
That's the one.
who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper.
No, it wasn't me, guys.
Okay. I like how he just backed off there. If the poison is planted evidence, the question is when it was planted. If we determine the when, we might also determine the who.
When could Mew have
Put the poison there!
Alright,
If she did place the
we
poison
know
without us
when.
noticing, then she must have logged out at some
I
point.
was wondering what she was doing, whether she was adding something else to the code, but no.
Chew in the
She was setting a crime scene up. A fake
Nope,
one.
I didn't see that at all. If she hadn't logged in or out,
Or planning false
Then
evidence.
you That's wrong!
I've given up on trying to get these V-Bucks. V-points. I keep calling them
It
V-Bucks.
was Mew who planted the
Whatever.
poison on Kokichi's chair.
V-shots.
She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
2 minutes.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
Yes.
That's right. It says that Mew was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
That was when she did it.
If she logged in last,
We were all unconscious and couldn't see her do it.
she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
Yes. Oh, you're starting to follow Gonta. What's going on?
This was all part of Mew's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. How much did you know of this? I'm just so suspicious of Kokichi. I can't help it. He's like
that's
Byakuya and
not my
Nagito
fault.
combined.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that.
She logged you out. She sent you to the rooftop. Then she logged you out, so that frees up the rooftop for her to kill Kokichi, because there'll be no witnesses there now, because everyone else was searching different parts of the map.
Mew used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
How did Mew log Kaito out? With the cell phone. Unfortunately, it's not like the Matrix. In the Matrix, you couldn't use the cell phone to log out.
This is it! It was the cell phone found by Mew's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out.
And you don't have to say your own name into it.
I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
And kicked him out of the server. Sorry. Kaito Momota. He logged out. Just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
Nope, she kept that secret.
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
so she really was planning a murder.
And she's dead now.
And she tried to set me up.
Yep.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
For shits and giggles.
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is the truth.